I am going to be showing off the route through Sen's Fortress. That is unlocked after you've rung the first and second bell and leads to Anor Londo, where you unlock the ability to warp. That is teleport between the bonfires you've been accessing so far. I'm going to step on this trap plate, and this is a precursor to what's to come. This area is the primary trap area, and it traps you in lots of small corridors, and pretty much is a disaster for people who are inexperienced in such things. You really do need to have good character control and the ability to avoid on very small walkways. Now, directly below us, there are a bunch of enemies, there are a bunch of items, and I do recommend exploration, as you can find a lot of important items, and it's just all around fun to find invisible walls, or to use boulders to your advantage to break through walls, such as I'm about to run past where that snake is sleeping. You can use boulders to break through that wall and actually access a hidden NPC. Now, you are going to see boulders here, and I am going to be using the backstep boulder strategy in order to get to the top as quickly as possible. Generally, when you do reach this point, and where you reach the second boulder trap, you are actually going to want to head down and through, but to show the quickest way, we are actually going to go upwards. Now, what we're actually going to do is we're going to backstep through this boulder here, and yes, I may have been knocked down. It isn't always the case, but it does actually let you go up. Now again, as this is a trap area with lots of thin platforms where you can fall to your death quite easily, this is an area where you're going to want to watch out for invaders, because they will invade you non-stop. Now, while this is seen as a relatively small area, it does open up quite a bit once we reach the top. The important point is just getting to that top. Pretty much just take a final notice that there are stepping stones on both areas there, whether you go right or left, and here we're finally reached the top. Normally there will be giants throwing flaming barrels at you, or boulders that explode directly to my right. If you just step off there, don't run, you will see a bonfire. Now if you go directly ahead there, you'll reach one of the towers. There's another tower there, and if you quickly notice, directly across from us, that is where you rung the first bell, thus showing once again that everywhere that you can see is generally somewhere you can go. Now, if you do jump across that second tower and head to the bottom, you will get a key that will unlock another shortcut for Sen's Fortress. I wholeheartedly recommend it, and it will unlock these cages here, which are essentially an elevator that will take you from the top to the bottom, or vice versa. Now, once you do reach the top here, what is important to note is that directly across from us on that platform is where you are going to face the boss. And directly above us will be a giant who will be throwing flaming boulders at you. I do recommend going to the right and up the staircase to kill that giant in order to make this fight easier, and if you don't, just fight him on the platform that is directly ahead of us. Once he's dead, you can examine this light here, and this will take us to Anor Londo. Now, Anor Londo is the one big exception to the rule of what you can see you can get to. You can really only get to that cathedral ahead of us. You cannot get to the whole city around us. Yes, we have finally stopped that over there. That is the Duke's Archives, and you will in fact go there as well.